Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to Vinny the Axe. So I kind of wanted to talk about my Fender Telecaster and how this guitar has been with me now since Christmas time of 2023. Now, for those of you who know me and subscribe to the channel, you know I don't keep guitars very long. And this one has been around for a year and a half-ish. And I'm quite surprised about it, to be quite honest with you. So I've had this love-hate relationship with Telecasters for years, and I think it's because when I started playing guitar because I was a metalhead back in the day. Yes, I had hair, believe it or not. Long hair at one time. That's a whole nother story, but times have changed, let me tell you. So I was a metalhead when I started playing guitar. So this was not really the guitar that suited me. And, you know, when I see one of these things, the immediate genre that comes to mind is country. Now, those of you watching this are already probably shouting at the screen going, you could play more than country on a Telecaster. Yes, you absolutely can. You can play pretty much anything almost on a Telecaster. The thing is, though, it just sometimes a certain vibe of a guitar will make you play a certain way. At least that's how I feel. And it's kind of like a 7-string guitar. I've owned a couple of 7 strings, not for very long, because I really don't play super, I guess what they used to call new metal, which is just called metal now. So I think what I used to listen to as metal is now called classic rock. I don't know. Anyway, as soon as I get a 7-string, the first thing, I want to do is like dun 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 dun, because I can't play jazz. So I don't keep them very long. So sometimes the style of the guitar kind of almost, in my opinion, for me, bottlenecks you to play a certain way. So every time I think about getting rid of this thing, I pick it up, I start playing, some rock and roll, whatever you want to call it, on it, and I'm like, man, this thing plays so damn good. I must be out of my mind to even want to sell this thing. So why do I even think that half the time? Well, I don't play it very much, and I think because, I don't know, in my opinion, I have to fight the thing sometimes. It is literally, a chunk of wood with a bridge, the screws kind of, the grub screws kind of stab you, and I could change them, but, it's a Fender custom shop, and as soon as you change any parts out of it, like if I ever want to sell it, somebody's going to be like, oh, it's not the original screws, it's not the original whatever. So I just left it completely stock. Normally what I do on a Telecaster is I'll buy rudders, compensated brass saddles, and I'll put those on. But to be quite honest with you, the intonation's on point with this thing right out of the box, so I haven't had any, urge to change the saddles. The guitar itself, this is a 1961 limited edition Fender custom shop. Of course, it's a reissue. It's not a real 61. In a, I think this is called Champagne Metallic. I think. I'm trying to think. Anyway, it has 6105 frets on it, 25.5 scale. It has a really nice neck on there, and the rosewood fretboard is just awesome. I mean, if you look at the variation of the rosewood, it's just fantastic. I love the logo on the headstock. I actually just really dig the guitar. Champagne Sparkle, I think that's what it's called. Did I say that already? I don't even know. Anyway, I really dig the color. That's why I bought it, was because of the sparkly color. And I've grown to actually love the guitar and hate the guitar all at one time. This guitar gets played the least out of all the guitars in the collection as of right now. And like I said, every time I pick it up and go, man, there's a lot of coin tied up in this. I could sell it, get some of my money back, maybe put it towards something else, and then I'll plug it in, I'll play it for a few minutes, and then I'm like, man, this thing plays so damn good. I'm like, to hell with it, I'm not selling it. And that's what's been going on for about a year and a half-ish with this guitar. Now, can you play metal on it? I guess you could. I don't know. I just think the 60 cycle hum would be a bit much for these pickups. So speaking of the pickups, what's actually in this thing? So it has a hand-wound Blackguard bridge pickup and a Twisted Telly neck pickup. So this Telly is a little bit, I don't know, darker sounding than most, I guess. And I've had some people comment in the past when I've used this guitar saying, man, that's one dark sounding Telly. And believe me, it's really not how I have everything EQ'd, although maybe, but not really. It is just a darker sounding Tele, and I think that's why I like it. I'm not a very high treble kind of person, so I think, you know, I think if it was a little bit more brittle sounding or bright sounding, I probably would have sold it by now. So I think this guy's here to stay. I like looking at it, to be honest with you. It is a beautiful guitar. It's like almost like a trophy guitar, you know. I really, really dig it. But at the same token, sometimes I wonder, you know, if it's really worth keeping. It's hard to say. I really do like it, but hate it. I don't know. If you have the same experience with a Tele, put it down in the comments, man. I mean, you know, and if you were like a total super Tele guy and that's like the only guitar you play, you know, put the reasons why down in the comments. You know, and if you absolutely hate Telecasters, let me know why in the comments below. I have a feeling that I'll probably agree with both sides of the fence. And the only simple reason is because it is not, in my opinion, the easiest guitar to play. You know, and I think, you know, to be honest with you, if you look at like the Stratocaster versus the Telecaster, yeah, they don't sound the same. However, one is more like the sports car, the other one's like, you know, the heavy-duty pickup truck. You know what I mean? You know, one's good for one thing, one's good for something else. So, you know, now all-around guitar, I'd have to say, man, that's a tough choice. I think if I had to be stuck with a Strat or a Tele, I don't know. How about a Stratocaster body with a Telecaster bridge and Telecaster pickups? And same Tele neck, though. I think that would be cool. And I know they make something like that, you know, and you can have one built. But man, if this had a tummy cut and an arm, I don't know, it's my accent, arm contour, I think this thing would be awesome. But then again, it wouldn't be like a proper Tele. I hear you shouting at the screen. I know what you're saying. So anyway, let me know what you think. I did a little jam in the intro with my BluGuitar Amp 1 into the BluBox, and the cab IR for that was the 1967 412 cabinet. And I think it sounded all right. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But yeah, and the only effects in there are some reverb on the unit itself, and the Boss DD8 is the delay for the solo portion of it. Anyway, thanks for stopping in and listening to me rant a little bit about the Telecaster, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. It will help out the channel quite a bit. Anyway, take it easy.